third-party funding by Recount. This is a great idea. The Green Party is doing this right now with Recount in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. I think the Libertarian Party blew an opportunity not to do it in New Hampshire. Now, let's deal with what this recount is, what it really is. The Green Party knows it's not going to overturn the election. Not at all. I mean, unless they would have to be such an idiot. I don't think even they can be that. And that's saying a lot, considering that they're essentially socialists. In the recent history, I think the last 50 years, there have been 26 major party recounts. 6 of those did change the end result, changed who won the election. But each one of those 6 had an average voter discrepancy. In other words, the difference between the 2 major party candidates of less than 0.03%. Okay? I am sure the Green Party knows this. I am sure Jill Stein knows this. I know there are some who are saying that Jill Stein is now, the Green Party is now officially part of the Democratic Party. I think that could be no further from the truth. I think this shows that the Green Party is not part of the Democratic Party. What they're doing is they're getting all these donations from, not my president, Democrats. They're first, for their legal fund, I think their first goal was $1 million. They met that almost instantly. Then they say, oh, well, $3 million. They met that. $5 million. They met that. $7 million. They met that. And I wouldn't be surprised it might even go further. This money is not coming from Green Party members. This money is coming from disaffected Democrats who are upset that Hillary Clinton didn't win the election. For Hillary Clinton to win the election now, all 3 of these states, all 3 of them would have to then switch over to Hillary Clinton's column. It's not going to happen. First of all, the vote totals, like in Pennsylvania, it's over 70,000 votes. It's just too great to overcome. I know there are some people getting upset. Donald Trump is getting upset. This is a scam. And it is kind of a scam, okay? But it's a scam that I can get behind. I think what Green Party is doing is fantastic. I think we should applaud them for doing it. And I think we, as the Libertarian Party, we blew an opportunity to do this up in New Hampshire. I mean, think about this. The Green Party has no chance of winning the election. But because they had a candidate in the election by the state laws, they can now challenge the elections. This, however, I would not be at all surprised that these states changed their recount laws so that only the candidate that has a likely statistical probability of having won the election, if the votes go in their favor, can call for a recount. This now just opens up, like what it is doing right now, third-party candidates that have absolutely no chance whatsoever of winning the election, no matter how the recount's done. But, having said that, I think this is a fantastic move by the Green Party. They've now raised $7 million. They were only going to raise $1 million, and if I had been them, I would have told the lawyers, if we had raised $1 million, you guys get to spend $100,000 of it, but don't touch the other $900,000. That now goes into the Green Party's, from what I understand, into their general fund. They've just walked out, excuse me, they just walked out of the 2016 election with $7 million for their campaigns in 2018, 2020. Fantastic move. Brilliant move. Again, Libertarian Party should have done the same up in New Hampshire in getting upset Republicans. And the Republicans, I mean, New Hampshire is only 4 votes. But then I bet you there's enough Republicans who would donate to the legal fund just as a form of spite. against what the Green Party is doing in Wisconsin and Michigan and Pennsylvania. This is a great fundraising tactic, and I think we can use it, speaking as the Libertarian Party, not just for presidential elections, but any close elections. There's always going to be a side that loses, and when that side narrowly loses, it can be then used as an opportunity to raise money from that losing side. They will be upset. Hillary Clinton supporters are upset. Not my president. All this bullshit that's going out. All the hypocrisy on the Democratic side. When they were calling Donald Trump for saying, maybe he would contest the election, that the election is rigged. And now look what they're doing. They're saying they're contesting the election, and some of them are calling that the election is rigged. I mean, these are the same idiots that say Hillary Clinton won the popular vote. She didn't win the popular vote because we didn't have a popular vote election. We had an electoral vote election. In California, New York, and Illinois, everyone knew that Hillary Clinton was going to win those states. Because she was going to win those states, and everyone knew this, Republicans did not come out and vote in the numbers they would have if it had been a popular vote. So anyone that says, well, Hillary Clinton won the popular vote. No, she did, because we didn't have a popular vote. If we did, I think Donald Trump would have won still. And I am not a Donald Trump supporter. I have to keep on saying this, but I know it needs to be done. I have been a libertarian since 1985. I voted for Gary Johnson. I voted for Gary Johnson twice. When he ran this year, when he ran in 2012. I voted for Ron Paul. I voted for Libertarian Party candidates, presidential candidates, since the summer of '85, and that's when I became a libertarian. This channel is a Libertarian Reacting News vlog. I'm a libertarian. Okay, I'm not a Trumphead. But having said that, Donald Trump won the election. Beyond question, beyond doubt. Hillary Clinton didn't win the popular vote, again, because it wasn't a popular vote election. But this doesn't mean we can't manipulate the system. And I have no qualms about this. I know some people may say, well, we need to take the moral high ground. In some ways, I agree with that. But when the Republican and Democratic Party have manipulated the election system, the election process, so much so that it makes it nearly impossible for a third party to run, I don't have a problem with then you manipulating that same system to our advantage. And again, I think it was a blown opportunity, one among many by the National Libertarian Party. They should have said this: we endorse Jill Stein, the Green Party's challenging of the elections in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. The integrity of elections is very important for our democracy. We are now going to challenge the one up in New Hampshire that the Green Party and Jill Stein are not challenging, and was also a very close election. Hillary Clinton won it by a little bit around 0.4% of the vote. The same percentage that, which one was it? Pennsylvania, I think it was, that Donald Trump won Pennsylvania. And then we go ahead and we set up a legal fund. Please donate to this if you'd like us to pay for legal costs for challenging this decision. And we would have gotten so many Republicans just out of spite donating to us. You just cap what the legal team can spend, say $100,000, and then any money passed is simply gravy. And this is getting Republicans to fund the Libertarian Party. Now, if I was actually in charge of the National Party, I was the chair of the Libertarian National Committee, I would set up two legal funds. When Jill Stein had come out and said that she's going to challenge the elections in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, I would say we're going to do that as well. We're setting up a separate legal fund for those states, but then we're going to set up another legal fund for the one in New Hampshire. This way, the Democrats are going to donate to the legal fund challenging election in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, and the Republicans are going to donate to the legal fund that's going to challenge the election in New Hampshire. I think it was a blown opportunity by the Green Party not to set up that legal fund for New Hampshire or include it in what they're going to do with these other 3 states. I know there's a lot of charges that this just proves now that the Green Party is merely an offshoot of the Democratic Party. I don't believe that at all. Jill Stein, because she ran, she cost probably Hillary Clinton the election, very, very likely. Unlike Gary Johnson, who pulled far more than Jill Stein did from both parties. Jill Stein just pulled from the Democratic Party. If the Green Party and she had not run, very likely Hillary Clinton would have become president. There's also the argument that her voters might have just stayed home. And a lot of voters stayed home this election. This was a sit-out election for all purposes. But it should have been, the Green Party should also challenge the one in New Hampshire to show that they were a bipartisan vote. It's only 4 electoral votes, so even if Donald Trump won it, it really wouldn't have impacted much. If the Libertarian Party came out and had these 2 separate legal funds, then we could be seen as nonpartisan. Maybe you could have thrown in a second state on the against Hillary Clinton's side. There were some close elections, but nothing as close as New Hampshire at 0.4%. But from this forward, I think the Libertarian Party has to take a lesson from the Green Party. They did a brilliant move. No, they're not an offshoot of the Democratic Party. Far from it. They played the Democrats. They got more money from the Democrats. Excellent move by them, and I hope the Libertarian Party sits back and evaluates what the Green Party did and make this a standard procedure for us in all coming elections. Not just at the presidential level, but at the U.S. Senate level, at the U.S. House level, at the governor level, at any state level, even at local elections. There can be very highly contested local elections that we could get funding from the losing side. I think this is a brilliant move. We really need to take advantage of these opportunities when they come along. I think this could be, I have a feeling that this is now going to be the operating mode of operatus for the Green Party after every election. They got $7 million. They know it works. Libertarian Party should do the same. Now, if you like this idea, post a link to this video to your Facebook group, tweet it on out, email it to family and friends. If this is the first time you've watched one of my videos, thank you for the view. Please subscribe. In the last 20 seconds, there's going to be my picture in a circle. Click on it and you can subscribe to my channel. Also, I have a mailing list. When it gets up to 100 subscribers, I'm going to start producing weekly unlisted videos where I reply to selected comments posted into last week's batch of public videos. If you'd like to see those reply to comment videos, in the description below is a link to the mail list sign-up form. Please subscribe. I think us libertarians need to learn this lesson from the Green Party. I think it was a brilliant move by the Green Party. I do not think it proves that they're merely an arm of the Democratic Party, because there's no chance that they were going to ever overturn this election. It was a Green Party move to milk money from Democrats. Bravo! The Libertarian Party should have done the same thing, had their own legal fund for challenging the election results in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, but then also set up one for New Hampshire so that we do look a little bit more bipartisan. We could have just done in New Hampshire if we had said, well, the Green Party is already challenging it in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. We applaud their efforts, we support their efforts, but they did not do this over in New Hampshire, and we believe that we need to be more bipartisan, and thus we're challenging this one up in New Hampshire. Anyways, great move. We should learn from it, that being the Libertarian Party. And this should be a regular part of every post-election from this time forward. Any close election, we should start up a legal fund and milk one or the other major parties, their disaffected voters, and put that money into our treasury. Anyways, that's it for today. See you tomorrow. Bye.